Greetings, super friends, and welcome to the Sacred News and Weather, the Wednesday, September 17th edition. Coming into you with hair up, overalls, got the readers on, and the Sisters of Perpetual Tree Care going on in the background. So I apologize if you hear that. I've been blessed by them all the livelong day. But hey, maybe they're preventing wildfires or something. I can call my insurance company and tell them that they've been here all day and they should not cancel my homeowner's insurance. But that is a story for a different day. We are in the throes of eclipse season, and I'm going to just jump in here momentarily and start giving you your message because I have to pick up my kidlets here in a few minutes. Um, but I just have to say, it's really not an easy time. So if you have been finding yourself emotional or cut off from your emotions, if you've been finding yourself itchy and rashy, if things seem to be crumbling and or stuck, like just know that you're in the right place. Even though it feels like all the wrong places, it's just where we are right now. Back in March, I recorded a video called Cosmic Yard Sale, Everything Must Go. And this energy is actually a continuation of that energy, which is a continuation of the energy that started a year ago in September. Um, so if you've been feeling like you are like coming around the bend on one of the more difficult years of your life, hi. Um, difficult and beautiful. At least I can say that about what's happening here. Um, know that you're in the exact right spot, even if it feels like holy hell has erupted inside of yourself and outside in the world. Hey, you're in the right place. You're doing it right. So hang in there. I'm going to close my eyes and just remind you before I go that, as with all of my message, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Don't make yourself try and fit in here. And I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Each time you tune into one of these videos, each time you like or share or subscribe or reach out to me and let me know that you've been watching, it makes it all that much easier for me to pick up your energy and tune into what you might need. It's just the way energy gets shared around here. So, all right, with no further ado, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to share with you that all night, and I was up a good part of the night, and all morning, even though I taught a class this morning and then got into a bath and then just went walking and walking and walking, I have been seeing eyes that want to meet my gaze but can't, and so they look away. Eyes that want to meet my gaze but can't and want to look away. And what I'm feeling there is there's any number of things. I see very specific eyes, so I sort of have a storyline that is there for me. But for this collective, what I want to say is there is something in your own being that really wants to be seen, really wants to be looked at, really wants your attention. And you know it. You know it, you know it, you know it. And yet you can't get all the way in. It's like you want to look, you want to look, you want to look, you don't want to look, and you look away. You want to look, you want to look, you want to look, you don't want to look, and you look away. And we are being encouraged to go all the way in and look all the way in. I have been feeling, I sort of live in this dichotomy of the 3D, very messy human world and I hate this term, but the 5D, the energetic realm. And I live between those spaces because I don't know why, because I was lucky or because I'm cursed. I don't know. I'm calling it a blessing, but some days I'm like, ugh, why do I have to do this? Um, of feeling the dichotomy between the fear that we as humans tend to live in versus the love that is truly available to us, the love that we truly are. And that those eyes looking, and then looking away feel like they are the eyes of fear, 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 fear. And if they lock, if they come in, they're going to have no choice but to feel that love. And if they feel that love, the owner of those eyes knows that everything is going to change if they allow themselves to look fully, but also to fully be seen. There's a mirroring effect here where I see those eyes, and those eyes are afraid to be mirrored. They're afraid to have their reflection shown back to them because what they think they're going to see is judgment, criticism, hatred, shame, and all of those things. But what they're actually going to see is love. And they are ill prepared to fully receive the love that will be gazed upon them. And so they choose to stay in fear. And so all day, all night, and all day, eyes, 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 nope. And so you may not be experiencing anything quite as dramatic as that. I hope for you that that's not the case. But I want you to know that where we are in the world right now is at this place. It's the very same place. Whether you are experiencing this with an individual, or you are experiencing this with a community, or your work, or your family, it is that invitation, that desire. It's really a desire to be fully seen, to be fully met, but the fear of what it will mean to your life if you truly experience that kind of love. It's like we are all where we are in this eclipse season, where we are in the ecliptic right now. We're sort of between two. We're between Pisces, which was water, which was the other day with that full moon. And then we have another eclipse coming up on the 21st of September in Virgo. And these are not my words, but my very dear friend Eden, who's also someone, she and I teach together, we work together. She's much more of an astrologer than I am, and she's been talking about how those who are typically people who hold structure really well in their lives are being asked to really take the form of water and take the form of whatever container we are in. And those of us who are typically more formless, more etheric, more go with the flow are being invited into structure. And it feels like that is part of the push pull, the I can't look at you, please don't see me, please don't stop seeing me, please, I want to be seen. It's like we don't want to be seen if we're someone who typically holds a lot of structure. We don't want to be seen for all of the loosey-goosey parts, for all of the emotion, for all of the depth of what we are truly experiencing. We don't want to get caught in our emotions. And for those of us who are often in our emotions, in our feelings, in our like more etheric space, even though I don't consider water etheric, it's much more formless than the structure. For those of you who are typically more comfortable in those realms, you're being invited into structure that is like causing some resistance in your system. It's like, I don't want structure. I don't want to feel my feelings. And we all have all of these elements in us. And so we're all feeling that in battling, that feeling of too much, not enough. What and those eyes, don't look at me, don't look at me, don't see me, please don't stop looking. I want to die. So that is kind of the vibe in the collective right now. Not just this YouTube collective, but also the larger collective, the just because of the nature of this eclipse season. And so most of you, I don't want to put it upon all of you, but most people that I know are pretty itchy and rashy right now and uncomfortable in their skin. And the invitation to like let some of that discomfort go and to step more fully into it's not going to be comfort is the thing. I wish I could tell you to get more comfortable, here's what you need to do. But we're being invited to actually stay uncomfortable and get even more uncomfortable, which is part of the problem. We we get stagnant. We get still in not a good way. We get still and stagnant, and we want to, and then we start feeling the discomfort. We start feeling the vibration. We start feeling the discomfort of it all. And we want to like shift it. And the way our nervous systems know how to shift it is to go back to what we always have done, to go back to what we've known before, because we can't hold, we're afraid of this new frequency. So we might as well go back to what we've known before and stay there. And here we're being invited to just like turn into the goo. It's like the visual, the feeling is the caterpillar coming into the cocoon and dissolving and getting comfortable in the discomfort of being in the goo. We are fully in the goo. And when we're fighting being in the goo, it's even more uncomfortable. So we're being invited to surrender into the goo. And I have to say, that feels on some levels a little bit like a cop out. Like I'm telling you to just like get comfortable in your discomfort, but I promise you, it's not permanent. There is an end to this discomfort. And the end, if you allow yourself to stay in the discomfort, if you allow yourself to stay in the goo, if you allow yourself to transform and get to the other side is going to be infinitely more comfortable than being in the goo. But you have to trust. You have to surrender and you have to trust. And I always feel like that's like, so, well, that's not true. There's a feeling in this collective that when I tell you to surrender and trust, there's like this pushback of like, oh yeah, 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 give up to God, give up and give God, or whatever the heck those phrases are. Um, but it's not that. It's not like bleh, it's not like giving in. It's not giving up. It's leaning back. It's allowing yourself to be in the discomfort, knowing that nobody wants to stay here. And the only place to go is forward. And if you try and control where that forward motion is going, it's going to get more and more uncomfortable rather than less and less. So there's this element of just allowing yourself to surrender to the moment, listening to your body, what is needed right now to get comfortable, whether it's me today taking a bath and then like 17 walks, um, or whether it is, I don't know, whatever you do, going for a bike ride, going for a run. I just heard going to the bar. Going, well, I don't know that I recommend going to the bar, but I also don't not recommend it either, because sometimes, there's a time and a place for everything. But allowing yourself to move energy, move your body, move your being so that you don't go back and stay stagnant. I mean, I don't even think going back and staying stagnant will work because your whole system knows better. And that's part of that, like the eyes moving and moving back. It's like you can't unsee what you already know. You already know that you can't go back there, that the only place to go is forward, but your body, your being has not bought into it yet. So there is very much a feeling of that there's the phrase I was looking for, let go and let God, which is like makes me want to roll my eyes, because usually when people are saying that, they are like not actually surrendering. They're like kind of bullshitting themselves. And so that's not what I'm saying when I say let go and let God. I'm telling you to stop bullshitting yourself. I'm telling you to stop pretending like you can go back. I'm telling you to stop pretending like you don't want to see what's there, because when you finally allow yourself to see, to gaze into the eyes, to gaze into the mirror, to look at who you are, and you're met with love and not rejection and not shame and not guilt and not disgust, When you finally open and allow yourself to receive that, whether it's from another or from yourself or from spirit or from whomever you're getting it from, there's a sense, a real sense actually, that it needs to come from within. But sometimes we need a mirror in order to be able to experience it from within. So that's part of the eyes meeting, matching. I'm sorry, every time I open my eyes, I lose the thread, and I keep opening my eyes today for some reason. It's because I'm talking about eyes. Every time, let me find it. Hang on. We're being invited to see the beauty of ourselves. We're being invited to let go of our very human, very 3D, very messy fear story, to embrace that sacred gaze, to embrace unconditional love, to allow that opening to happen so that we can go from the very painful, very icky, sticky goo into the next form that we are meant to take. And this is where we are as individuals. This is where we are as a YouTube collective. This is where we are globally. We are in the goo, and we are either going to become butterflies or we're going to just get stuck in the goo for a really long time. But there ain't no going back. And so the invitation is to surrender and trust and to allow yourself to feel your feelings, allow yourself to truly see yourself, allow yourself to truly see what is available to you, and to choose the higher timeline, to choose to heal, to choose where you're going next, because you are deluding yourself if you think you can go back. And you can stay here stuck in the goo and stuck in the middle if you want to. That's your choice. Your choice is your choice is your choice. But I promise you, you're going to be infinitely more comfortable when you allow yourself to move to the other side. But what I'm hearing, what I just heard is this is really not, here we go again with the let go and let God, but this is really not something you need to do. This is not an action that you need to take per se. It feels like, I think this is what I've been trying to get to and trying to move us toward, and I wasn't hearing it properly. But you have done all you can do, or many of you have done all you can possibly do to move the needle forward, to effect change. You've taken the action steps, and we're just in the goo. And we're being invited to trust the path, to trust exactly what's happening, as uncomfortable as it might be, to be exactly right. And in that trust, in that trusting of the path, in that, like, I release control and turn it over to divinity, turn it over to spirit, turn it over to my highest self. There's no more wrenching, there's no more doing, there's no more action that most of us can take in order to affect any more change. We just need to be, and to keep letting our highest self know that where we are going is where we belong, and we trust the path. The path. Jeez. This is also 2.5 hours of sleep. So there's that. We trust the path. There is another segment of people who are tuning in here, of energy threads here, that really need to take aligned action. And the action that's being taken is an attempt to go backward or to stay the same. But the action that needs to happen to get you out of the discomfort is to step into the goo. So we're all like on this arc of this eclipse, and we are either like in the goo, about to get into the goo, or on our way out of the goo. And if you, where, depending upon where you are, it may be a little bit different what is needed. But if you are in the goo, it's surrender and trust. If you are in between where you were and where you're going, you're about to step into the goo, and allowing yourself to be in the goo is the aligned action. In the goo. Let go and let God. Who even am I today? I don't know. I am just so grateful that you all show up and listen to me, because today feels a little bit all over the place, but there was probably something in there. And so I'm going to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing. Sometimes I feel like I'm trying to make sense in a conscious way for you, and I really just need to stop and just channel. That's kind of what was happening today. I kept like trying to like help you to understand, and I think I just need to trust you to understand what I'm talking about and get the hell out of the way. But anyway, I'm going to go pick up my kids now. I love you. Happy Wednesday. Go forth and have a beautiful evening. If you're in the goo, I'm right there with you. Let me know how you're doing, and we'll be gooey together. Bye bye.